So there is trade-offs, but it was cool. And having it be a family thing, Dad running Grandpa's name, and eventually I'm assuming if all things go right, when Dad steps back, I'll step into his full-time, carry a legacy, and then hopefully my kids can do the same. That to me is like, it's huge,
So you said your granddad name?
Yep. So the Avenger name came from my grandpa had a drag car. He used to drag race, and he named the drag car Avenger. And Dad always looked up to him and loved that he did racing. And Dad used to race like mud bog and all that stuff and mega truck type level stuff. And then he eventually at these jamborees would see the monster truck guys come in, and they'd be like the heroes. They had the biggest, baddest trucks, and they're like the main event. And it's like, this is so sick. Like, there's the Bigfoot, whatever. There's all these trucks. I want to do that. So he spent like 10 years building his first truck. Like, it took him forever. Like halfway through, a new version of chassis. Like right now we're on like a Gen 3. So like the Gen 2 came out, which is like the newest version. He was with the Gen 1, and to be even a little bit competitive, all of his buddies were like, if you want to keep going the way you're going, we're not helping you. Like, we want you to build like a badass truck. So you got to start from the beginning and build the newest of new technology. We want the coolest trucks. Like, the only reason we're going to keep helping you is if we start over and we do it right. So it took him 10 whole years to build a truck, and the rest is history. I mean, we can build a truck now in 3 months. It's insane.
Amazing.
The speed of it now. But yeah, it's come a long way. And Dad ran Grandpa's name, and I think Grandpa loves it. And I don't know, it's cool. They get it in a mullet, which is fine. Mullet's awesome. So, yeah. But I was curious on that. A little big trophy. Elliot also probably won't hear this, but he owes us 8 trophies from London.
He does.
Because we went to London the next week and we swept everything.
We laid the smack down.
Yep.
Really?
Day 1, I think Joe won skills, I won racing, Dad won freestyle, and I won the overall. That's 4. Day 2, I won skills, Johnny won racing, Joe won freestyle. Yep. And then I won the overall again, so that's 8. But yeah, so if he ever does see this, Elliot, we won our 8, and I want my 2 from Evan. Or last year we did what's that, Canada, Edmonton. I think he owes me like 5 from there as well. So I never got them, dude. I think Chevy, the track owner or the old track owner's kid, Chevy, buddy of ours. I think he has it in his room. I think he sleeps with it.
Well, because they had them. Because I had to go straight with him down to FedEx. The boxes and the trophies were there. I know what happened.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm a trophy hog. I like to keep those things. So.
Yes.
Outpost has definitely been probably my favorite.
The people I like Zach Garner or like Dalton, like people.
Who would you put in our category?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, yeah, Zach.
Mike Pag, Nick Pag, all those guys where it's like John Zimmer Jr. Those are your second gen guys. Those are the people that are coming in, and we all started around the same time. I think Zach has maybe like I have a year on Zach, he has a year on me, or whatever. But it's all close enough to where that's like your group. That's a good way to compare where you're at. Is people that you started with. How are they doing? How are you doing? And obviously we don't compete with a lot of them because they're on arena series or a different stadium tour. So you miss out on that. But that's like the perfect people to compare to. And then obviously your goal is to get to the older group, with like Ryan and them, who've been doing it for so long, and they've been just like crushing it, But we only have so long because Race and Luke and Wade and all those younger kids are getting older, growing up. Yeah, we better have our fun now before they get in the seat.
We talked about this on the podcast with Joe of the axe situation and how the fight to get, and you started it.
What?
And it was him.
You were an axe before.
You were an axe before.
Right.
And you made it.
Yep.
And then it was him. So would you like to say your side of the story?
Yeah, and then we'll combine both.
Well, what's his side of the story?
Mine was, I came in, drove Brutus, and then your old man kind of asked me what I wanted to drive. I said axe, and then I told him that I did volunteer firefighting and all that stuff. Yeah. And then we had a mutual, agreement followed by an absolute just fist fight, and then I beat you and I took the truck.
Yeah, that's not at all Hollywood. I think when you showed up wearing one of those little plastic fire hats,
yeah,
and that was your daily wear, we said, well, maybe we'll get him in the axe truck, But yeah, I'm honestly known for floating around. Like I don't even have. I will say we are working on something for myself to be in permanently, which it's almost done. I'm pretty excited about it, but mainly, like till now, it's been I've been whatever the promoter wants. So obviously they want an Avenger. So if I'm traveling with Dad, they'd say we want Avenger, we want a dog. I'll get in Brutus or whatever, right? Or they say we want Axe, we want Avenger, I'll go whatever. So until Joe was really driving, Axe was kind of one of my things, as well as like Brutus, like Megabyte, Wrecking Crew. I've driven everything, you know. I've even done Rage. And for me, it never ends. And then now that Joe is like permanently an Axe, it's great because the truck fits and the identity is perfect for him. It really is his thing, you know. And I think it's a sweet match for him. I think it couldn't have worked out better in a way, you know, because Axe was made before we even know who Joe Foley was.
Right.
But it worked out because he was on his own